It's one of Kenya's most iconic landscapes, a region so rich in nutrients, it supports one of the world's largest concentrations of wildlife. But to protect the Maasai Mara's largest residents, constant surveillance is required.
Conservation now is not the old days of find the poachers and arrest them, or put a fence up and don't allow anyone in. Those days are over. Technology actually plays a huge part.
This team is working to save the giants of the savannah as the world around them changes.
That's when we used a helicopter if it is going to a danger zone. We use a helicopter to push her back to the safe area. If the rangers are close there, I send the location to the rangers, and the rangers can go and move the whole herd back to the conservancy area.
On this episode of Wildlife Warriors, meet Wilson Sairowua and Marc Goss, conservationists who are using the latest technology to help these neighbours get along. At the northern tip of the Serengeti ecosystem, the Maasai Mara. Here, mammals large and small exist side by side in one of the most famous ecosystems on the planet. But this scene is far from perfect. Today, around 2,600 elephants live in this ecosystem. One of the greatest threats facing elephants today in Kenya is human-elephant conflict. As more people settle closer to our protected areas, they are becoming into deadly conflict with these animals. I'm here with Marc Goss and Wilson Sairowua of the Mara Elephant Project to find out more about their exciting and innovative solutions for this problem. Hi Marc. Hey Wilson. Marc Goss is the CEO of the Mara Elephant Project. He's able to respond quickly to any problems by using a helicopter.
I think the helicopter is, you might see it as and it is fun to fly, but it's a very important tool. And I think it sort of goes across all the sections of the work we do.
The Maasai Mara National Reserve and surrounding conservancies make up around 3,000 square kilometers of protected land. But the wildlife rely on an area 4 times that size, and that's where things are rapidly changing.
Some of the challenges in terms of what's happened in wildlife spaces has been the change of habitat, or a change of usage. So what we've seen is a lot of land going from dispersal area for wildlife to being used for farming or alternative livelihoods, maybe cattle rearing, settlement areas. So that's been a big challenge.
Based in the Lemek Conservancy, the Mara Elephant Project has a front row view of this conflict. Wilson Sairowua is the Mara Elephant Project's head of monitoring. So Wilson, what are all these wires in here?
So all these are snares removed by the rangers in the field.
Snares?
Snares, yeah, they are actually used to trap animals, either big or small animals. So they're different in sizes. So we have 20 arrows we removed from one elephant that is in Olonkolin area, crossing River Mara, and then it came back to the conservancy. We found this elephant with the 20 arrows. Oh. These are just few of the arrows.
Some of them I can see they've even got flesh still on them.
Yeah. So this was actually very hard to remove it. So you had actually
This
crazy.
is horrible. This must cause so much pain for the elephants.
Very pain.
To prevent such deadly confrontations, Marc and Wilson have set up a state-of-the-art control room.
Conservation now is not the old days of find the poachers and arrest them, or put a fence up and don't allow anyone in. Those days are over. Technology actually plays a huge part. So you're finding young developers who are figuring out apps, tracking apps, figuring out ways to communicate to rangers in remote areas, figuring out how wildlife move and analytics of data in terms of telling a story about an area. Mixed models, wildlife, cattle.
What you see here, these are jaw fence. So the jaw fence they're not real fences. So these are shape files created on Google Earth, actually to differentiate between this safe area for the elephants and the danger area. So the danger area is this from this white line here. So that is the danger area where there is a lot of farming and there is settlement.
The Mara Elephant Project has collared 20 elephants, and they all have names.
The color here is the ivy tracks, and ivy is close to me. So if I zoom, you will be able to see ivy. So that is where I am, and ivy is here. So that is where ivy is.
So she's literally just close by.
Yeah, she's like less than a kilometer to where we are.
An alert will be sent straight to Wilson's phone if an elephant gets too close to a farm or displays unusual behavior.
Slowly.
That's why it's a red
So that's
timing clock.
Yeah. And from there, that is when we use the helicopter. If it is going to a danger zone, we use the helicopter to go and push her back to the safe area. If the rangers are close there, I send the location to the rangers, and the rangers can go and move all her back to the conservancy area.
Wilson started out as an intern at the Mara Elephant Project.
He was very timid and very quiet, and then we started on the tracking. He was mapping stuff, he was putting stuff on Google Earth. Then he really had a knack for that, the GIS side of things. So we've watched Wilson grow up at MEP, and he's really our star here.
I was born in the Mara, and my home actually used to be home for the elephants and many other animals. Seeing elephant was a happy moment for us as kids, because the first thing we used to do is making a shout to others to make sure that everyone come to see elephants, and then also be proud of being the first one to spot the elephant. And then what we enjoy is actually going and see the elephants grazing, how they picking grass, eat, and then throw down. We used to all to be in one village, but up to 2006, that is when everyone started now moving to go to his own land. And actually before that, there was space for animals, there's space for grazing, and elephants actually used to come every time. So every evening we used to see the elephants grazing around the swamp. But after the land subdivision in the Mara, that's when things changed. So everyone was actually living on his own land.
Facing this reality, Wilson and his team have created mitigation tools to safely protect people and elephants. So we're going to test these tools that we have and the chili balls and chili bombs with Jackson and with Wilson. I'm going to see if I can shoot an elephant. Okay, let's see. Woo!
Nice. It was actually going far just because we hit that tree.
That's amazing. Wow. Okay. I try another one?
Yeah.
Okay. This time it's for that elephant over there. Okay. Ready? Wow! That was amazing.
That is like 60 meters. Yeah.
That was amazing. We should do the chili bomb Olympics. Oh my God, that was loud. Oh my God. But it's not all laughs. Back at the control room, Wilson tells me about a troubling new development. So what is this over here? This looks like a tree stump. What are those?
So these are the glad alerts. And what happened here is from the satellite, we are able to get whenever any tree falls down or is cut by people. So once the tree goes down, the satellite sends us an alert.
All these are trees being chopped?
Yeah. So there are many. But if you look at the Mara and the Mau, and all the way to the later, that is when you find a lot of tree glad salad. But what you can see here, so you see like here, these are 70 trees down. So it's actually combining because it's in the same area.
So there's a lot of logging happening in this area. What is that area called?
So that is Nyakweri Forest.
There's a lot of logging happening in Nyakweri, but there are elephants there also. Logging and elephants. It sounds like a dangerous combination. Marc and Wilson take me to investigate, and the sight is shocking.
Oh, these poor elephants, but I mean, what's left of their habitat? There are literally just a few trees, like a handful of trees left for them.
Yeah, exactly.
This is so sad. Awful to see.
Elephants are not just creatures of the savannah. I've heard that the Mara elephants travel to this forest to give birth, so I head out to look for them. The Nyakweri forest is one of the largest remaining rainforests in Kenya, and it's home to many species. But lately, the forest has come under threat. In 2019, the land tenure system changed from being community-owned to individually owned, resulting in subdivision into small plots.
So what people started doing is clearing up of these forests in order to have farms inside the forest and also to have a good place for grazing. So these elephants were just caught up inside the forest. There's still some small portion of the forest. That is where the elephants are hiding.
We've been hiking through this degraded patch of forest now for about 40 minutes, and the elephants seem to be still further away. I'm not surprised, they're probably moving away. We did hear them at some point, we heard them running, maybe a little bit of rumbling. Just a few years ago, the Nyakweri forest was intact. I wanted to find out how the subdivision had affected it. The best way to investigate is from the air.
We've had upsurge recently in habitat destruction, so logging, charcoal making posts. Everyone wants fences, and so that's been a big challenge, is excluding land for wildlife.
This is truly shocking. An ancient forest being razed to the ground, and one after another, charcoal-making sites smolder.
But it's unbelievable how much destruction there is.
Look here.
Oh my God. This is a forest being annihilated.
Floods again.
This is wanton destruction in real time. Then we find them, a herd of elephants.
There's a collared one. It's
Oh, right, I can see him. Mark, there's so many elephants down here. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's at least 40 or 50.
Yeah, they're all living in these forest areas and then at night coming out into farms. So what you can see here is the actual conflict with livestock right here. So we just need to be careful we don't push them into somebody's livestock.
Oh, I see. There are cows right here. Right in front of us, there are cows.
Stuck around new development and with no way to get back to the reserve, they are frantic.
Oh, these poor elephants. But I mean, what's left of their habitat? They're literally just a few trees, like a handful of trees left for them.
Yeah, exactly.
This is so sad. Awful to see.
Mark tries to use the helicopter to push them away from the livestock and makes a troubling discovery.
The mother has an injury on her side.
Oh no, so they've speared her or something.
Yeah, it looks like an arrow one.
Where do you see the injury?
It's on her left rear, near her knee.
The arrow wound can be life-threatening for the elephant, so Mark decides to quickly get a vet. In the meantime, Wilson surveys the damage that the elephants made last night in the farms, serving as a mediator in this conflict.
This used to be a fence, so the elephant just broke here and they came directly to the farm. And you see there is a lot of destruction on this side. So there's one actually which came and went like this. So if you look at this maize, so all these are now dead.
What I'm really impressed is Wilson's ability to adapt and to take on a challenge. So he's never scared to take something on that might be monumental, and I'm thinking, how is he going to do it? And suddenly there's a whole team of elders here who say, we really want you to come to our area, we really want you to do this. I think that dynamic is extremely, extremely important to have the external, but also the real ground knowledge and institutional knowledge and being a part of the culture here.
Sana sana ndovu ndiye inasumbua sisi. Wakati ndovu inaingia, unasikia tu inafunja rua kuingia kwa shamba. Sasa wakati kama nasikia inaingia, nachukua moto hii narushia. Kabla hajasikia narudi tena kwa hii mtungi kupiga mtungi. Sasa ndio inastuka inatoka.
The challenges of living alongside these elephants is clear. We're here on the ground at the site where the huge group of about 65 elephants are just beyond this ridge here. There are cattle between us and those elephants, and the helicopter is just arriving now with the Kenya Wildlife Service vet to treat the injured elephants. The problem is that the elders of the community have come here and they are extremely angry. They don't want this elephant to be treated here on their land. They don't even want the helicopter to land on their property. They say this is private land and that it is not a conservation area. A sick, injured elephant in pain is a deadly elephant. Not treating her will only exacerbate the problem. She will injure people or kill people if she feels that they are her enemies. A herd of elephants shelter in their maternity area, while a community fears for its safety. As development encroaches into the Maasai Mara's wildlife dispersal areas, Wilson and Mark are fighting to prevent an imminent collision.
What they said is that let's remove this elephant here because we don't want actually to see them. They have caused a lot of damage to our farms. They have killed many people. They have actually killed many of our cows and sheep. They are causing a lot of destruction.
To save this elephant's life, Wilson Sairowua knows that time is of the essence.
We don't know how this injury, how big it is. We have heard of many cases of arrows going and penetrating inside, going until to the process of blocking the heart, the blood. So we don't know how this arrow is affecting this elephant. So it was very important to treat an elephant on time before it gets worse.
The following day, he gets some good news. I've just been called by Wilson because the community who was so upset about the elephants have agreed to a meeting. So we're going to head to the ground and hear what they have to say. And I'm hoping that they will agree to allow us to dart the elephant that's injured and have her treated. So I'm just going to join the team now and go with them. Hi, Wilson.
Hi.
This conversation is a major starting point, but unless a protected corridor can link the reserve to the elephant maternity ward, I worry that these conflicts will continue to escalate. What the community are saying is that they're very happy that the Kenya Wildlife Service and the Met Rangers are here with Wilson because the problem has become impossible. They said that the elephants would normally come here for just a couple of months a year, but these elephants have been living here for over a year. And that means these elephants are kind of trapped in this area because normally they would return back to the Mara Reserve. So they're asking for a way to have these elephants taken back to the reserve so that they're not just in this small area where the only source of food really is in the farms. They also told me that somebody died just 2 months ago. A man was killed by elephants, and so they're very, very concerned and worried for their children, for their wives. They said their farms are unproductive, their children can barely go to school because of this disturbance. What I'm very excited about is that the community are discussing solutions. They are here with the Kenya Wildlife Service and with the Mara Elephant Project, and they've agreed to sit down and look at the various options open to them. Eventually, the community allowed Marc to land his helicopter. The Mara Elephant Project team continue to work with the local community to treat and radio collar elephants.
The elephants are the big species in the Mara or in the ecosystem. And when you are actually protecting the elephants, that it means that you are protecting other animals. If you're giving space for the elephants, it's also giving space to other animals. So protecting the elephant is actually protecting the whole wildlife.
What we need to do is create a corridor for the elephants to move up this escarpment to the Nyakweri forest. And they need to go there because that is the area that the babies are born. They call it the elephant maternity. To do this will require an enormous amount of determination and cooperation with the local community, as well as funds, because this corridor will need to be fenced on either side, as well as the entire Nyakweri forest, and that will protect the people from the elephants. Unless something is done soon, we will lose the entire Nyakweri forest, and the future of those elephants will be in jeopardy. As the world around us changes, we need to secure the spaces for our wildlife. And to do this, we need many more wildlife warriors. If you want to help our amazing wildlife, why don't you start a Wildlife Warriors Club in your school? To learn more about this program, please visit our website